Hey guys, welcome back to the Watches and Giggles channel. I'm Chris from Chicago. First off, as always, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. All right, everyone, we have a lot to catch up on. I know I haven't been posting much lately, but if you watched my last video, you'll know that I unfortunately contracted COVID-19. Then I developed pneumonia on top of it. And then recently, as of March 3rd, I was blessed and lucky enough to have a healthy baby boy. So my time has been taken up and I've been very busy between being sick and raising a newborn. Haven't had much time to post, but happy to be able to do this right now. Actually, the wife and my son are sleeping, so I have a little time. You'll notice my mug is actually full of coffee, so excuse me. Need to take a sip there as I am sleep deprived, as that is to be expected with a newborn child. But all right, we're going to get into today's video. And what are we going to be talking about? Well, a little bit of everything. So my Rolex Sea Dweller red line has been off the service. Yeah, we'll get into that. We're going to get into Rolex pricing, the Rolex market. What the hell is going on with prices as they are going through the moon? We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about a little chat I had with my Rolex AD as I got another call. So we'll talk about that too. But before we do, we'll see what I'm wearing, guys. And today I have on, well, quickly becoming one of my favorite watches in my collection, the Rolex Explorer 214270. Been wearing this watch every day as I am now back to work, thankfully, healthy enough to be able to work again, which I'm very pleased about that. And you know, you forget you're wearing this watch. It just blends in beautifully. Aesthetically, it can be a little boring to people, but I absolutely love it, and the lume is to die for. And these prices are starting to rise as well, so we're going to talk about that. But all right, let's get into it. So I hadn't had a chance to look at Rolex pricing while I was sick and taking care of this newborn. And what is going on? Looking at gray market prices, because we all know we can't really buy, well, really much of anything from our authorized dealers anymore. And I saw that the Tiffany OP on most sites, most aftermarket, gray dealer, pre-market, whatever you want to call it, is going for around $15,000 to $16,000 unworn. That's insane. It's a $5,900 watch. I understand the concept of supply and demand, guys, but who's paying those prices? Let me know if anyone out there that watches this channel is taking a bite of that bullet and paid 15 grand for a Tiffany OP. Now, guys, I think it's a beautiful watch, but wow, come on. Also, the coral going for around 13.5, 14. The yellow, same, 13, 14. The green around 11 or 12. The less hot ones, the silver, the blue, going for around 8 or 9. I mean, that's a little more reasonable. And if I really love the Tiffany, I'd probably pay 8 or 9 for it, but 15, 16 for unworn, wow. Also, I noticed, which maybe many of you might not, the Milgauss, the Blue Z, the Z Blue, has gone up for unworn. Used to be around 9.5 or 10, and it just recently went up to around 11 or 11.5. So I don't know if that's a hint that it may be gone. Maybe the aftermarket dealers may know something that we don't, but I was surprised to see that unworn it's went up. Also, the Rolex Submariner prices for the new 41 millimeter aren't too crazy. The no date going for around 13.5 unworn, and the Rolex Submariner date around 14.5. Now, that's still a nice little premium on it, but you know, when a Tiffany OP 41 Blue is going for more than a Rolex Submariner date, wow, that that's a little surprising to me. But hey, supply and demand, if people are willing to pay it, I get it, guys. I get it. But the big one for me has been the Daytona. The Panda and the Black Dial for unworn have started to go up exponentially, like crazy. Used to be 25, 26 for an unworn Panda. I recently just saw today, what are we at? March 21st, I was looking at some sites, and almost $36,000. We're talking American dollars here, guys, for all these pricings I've been giving out. But $36,000 just about. I believe it was $35,900 that one site was asking for an unworn Panda. I mean, are we actually going to hit 40 grand for a Panda? Wow. And black dial, a little less for unworn, quite a bit less actually, about $5,000-6,000 less, about $30,000 for an unworn black dial Panda. I mean, holy cow. Is this a hint? I mean, why are they going up so fast? I guess the supply demand, and some ADs are only getting 1, 2, maybe 3 in a year, but wow, guys. I mean, you could buy a gold sub, you could buy a lot of other solid gold pieces for that type of pricing, but the only steel that goes for more is the Rolex 904L steel. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, all right, that's it for pricing, guys. We'll move on to my Rolex Sea Dweller Redline. Yeah, guys, unfortunately, I have sent it away for service. It's a 2019 model that I bought. It's not the anniversary edition, but it has been running crazy slow. Let me know if anyone has an older watch, the older one from 2019, maybe 2018, not the anniversary edition, but just a Redline one. And let me know if it's been running slow for you. It's running between 15 and 20 seconds slow, which for me, that was bugging the crap out of me. I got OCD, and I think when you pay, what is that watch going for now? I think I paid $11,300, but it's up to $11,700. For it to be running that slow for a 2-3-year-old watch is unacceptable. So it's been sent off. I have requested that they do not polish it, because the only way these new ceramic Rolexes are going to have any character is if you let those scratches be. If you polish it out, it's not going to have any character because the bezel won't mark up. Yes, it could crack. You don't want that because you'll have to replace it. But really, that ceramic's not going to scratch. So the only way these new models are going to have any character is through the scratches. So I said, please do not polish anything. Just look at the movement and fix it to running within the specifications of +2, -2 a day. So very sad to have that sent off. And yeah, hopefully I get it back soon. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be about a 3-month wait for me, they said. I probably won't get it back to around July, which is kind of nauseating, but I understand Rolex is not running at full steam. I don't think they have all their employees working, so it's going to take a little longer than usual to get my beloved, that is my favorite watch in my collection, my Rolex Sea Dweller Redline. So hopefully that comes back to me soon. But also I was in the AD the other day, basically because I am playing the game a little bit. I did just have a baby boy, and I wanted to get my wife some jewelry, just some birthstone stuff, nothing crazy. So got her some earrings, got her a bracelet. I also received a call that they got something in, didn't tell me what it was, but they brought it out. Happened to be a Rolex Submariner, wait for it, but a two-tone. Not the bluesy, because I'm actually in the market for one. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the Bumblebee, or the gold and black, they brought out. Just, the whole thing, we just got it in. They always say that usually. Who knows how long it's been sitting back there. It's another thing we'll get into. But they brought it out. I tried it on. Listen, I love the new Rolex Submariner 41. The way the fit, the finish, the feel, feels amazing. I love the new dimensions on it. I think it touches back to the 5-digit. The way it fits seems a little skinnier to me. It just fits beautifully. I think more wrists will love it, even though it's, they listed at 41. We know it's not really 41 millimeters, it's only 40.5. But it's a beautiful watch. I didn't purchase it because I'm turning 40 in August, and I just had a baby boy, and I want to celebrate with the bluesy, 41 millimeter bluesy I've decided on to buy. I think it fits me, it fits my collection. And I decided I need a little gold in my life, turning 40, and the blue dial, kind of celebrate my son for blue. And that, that dial is spectacular, the royal blue dial. I know a couple people that have one, and they swear by it and love it. And they said, you won't be sad you bought it. So I'm on the list for it, so to speak. I'm sure buying a little bit of jewelry is going to help. And they definitely said they'll get me that model soon. But that's when they also said about all kind of in-demand Rolexes right now that they are not putting them in the case. And this was really the first time that they admitted that to me. Actually came out and said it. We all know that it's true. But I asked them about, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to pop this in the case for the 41 millimeter two-tone Bumblebee Samaritan? And they go, no, 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 no. We don't just want someone to come in off the street and buy it. We want to offer it to our good clients like yourself first. And then if no one wants it, we will put it in the case. And I'm like, well, is that for like even an Air King or Oyster Perpetuals? They're like, oh yeah, we're not putting any Oyster Perpetuals in the case. No Submariners, no Air Kings, no Explorers, no nothing. Normally it doesn't get past anyone anyway. Someone's going to want it. So it's going to be very hard, guys, if you don't have a relationship with an authorized dealer to walk in and just see anything in the case. Now, obviously, this is not groundbreaking news. We all know this, but it's the first time that my authorized dealer has admitted it to me. Excuse me, going to take a little sip of coffee here, guys. So I found that interesting that they finally admitted it to me. And they also went on to say that they haven't really been getting a lot of Air Kings in. So I don't know if that's a little hint that the Air King may be discontinued here soon. We all know by now, I assume, that April 7th is the big day when Rolex will release their new models, along with many other brands. I believe they're going to be a physical location, Watches and Wonders, in Shanghai, and then an online release, excuse me. So very, very interesting. I'll be very curious to see what happens, guys. A little longer video than usual, but had a lot to catch up on. So, you know, prices, guys, Rolex prices are going crazy. Is there an end in sight? Will it come back down from the moon? Who knows? Seems like it's only going to go up, but supply and demand, guys. Rolex is not producing anywhere near enough watches to meet demand. So we're kind of stuck. If we're stuck buying at gray market or pre-owned or private seller prices for now. If you don't have that relationship with your AD, it's not impossible. It's just unlikely that you're going to be able to find something in a bigger market, especially like myself in Chicago. So we'll see, guys. I'm going to do another video soon about my speculation on what Rolex will release or discontinue very soon. But that's going to do it for today, guys. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is healthy. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, guys.